I wanted to review the expectations for the personal orientation project for both second and third hour. First off, number one, I noticed several people did turn in the personal orientation project, and I wanted to let you know after watching this if you would like to unsubmit your response or maybe you forgot something, you can absolutely unsubmit your response and turn that in by the end of the hour. So that is not a problem. We're addressing that issue right away. First of all, on the personal orientation project, I wanted to just clarify a few things because, of course, since we are remote, it is a learning experience. Now, you are writing about all 9 of the habits that you, in fact, struggle with. Okay, so each one of these 9 that are listed, you are going to write about those habits and rate those. By the way, a couple of questions that came up about personal stagnation. Okay, right over here in this little area. I'm sorry, the scrolling is a little bit slow today. But personal stagnation, ladies and gentlemen, has to do with the body, mind, heart, and spirit. And it could be any combination, it could be just one. So, again, don't worry in terms of, oh man, I only had a little bit when it comes to personal stagnation. As I said before, this would be Mr. Napton during the shutdown with personal stagnation. I started moving less and eating more and gained weight. Okay, so that's going to obviously fall into the body category. I could easily maybe take some medicine or take some sort of weight loss pill. That might solve my problems. But of course, we know the best way would be to maybe exercise, eat less, or eat more healthy. Okay, so that's important. Now, on each of these, ladies and gents, one thing that I did want to make sure that everybody knew is you have to rate and write about all 9. Okay, and again, I apologize for everything running a little bit slower today. That is life. That's sometimes what happens. And remember, on the directions right here, you're going to rate them from easiest to hardest. And again, 1 is the easiest, 10 is the hardest, and you're just simply going to highlight. So make sure you kind of read the directions. Don't just rush through. This assignment is worth 30, let's see, we've got a total of 100 points. And if you notice, some of our assignments might only be 1 or 10 points. So obviously the expectations are much higher for this assignment. Provide the real life example, your real life example. This is you sharing examples that could be from maybe a long time ago, maybe something recently. And for number 10, this is the big one. So you're going to write about each of these. Number 10 right here, ladies and gents, all the way at the end. Oh, we're moving a little quicker. That is good. This is the habit. It could be habits that you struggle with most. One that you really want to work on improving. One bad habit that you want to eliminate from your life. It might be a couple of bad habits. So please feel free to list more than one habit or habits. Okay, so that is fine. No worries at all. Now, over here too, I did include for second and third hour some student examples. And believe it or not, Miss Mueller and Miss Payne, I made them handwrite this assignment, but they did in fact create a response. And I wanted to share, because they had to type up their responses to kind of model what we're expecting, what they had to say. And first of all, Miss Payne wrote about hopelessness. Okay, and that's that one where you just kind of give up. You know, why should I try? I will simply fail again. She gave it a 5, so it's halfway. Now, what she shared is that personal life experiences when she failed her first AP Stats test. And then she talks a little bit about this, and then she discussed, why continue to class if I was just going to fail? Okay, so she kind of included that. If you notice that response, if we see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. It's not too difficult. Some people, I just kind of perused those, turned in a half a sentence. Some people left these blank. So again, I want to remind you, that's why you can unsubmit and go back. Now, Miss Mueller, okay, she talked about lack of life balance, work versus play, and relaxation. And she talks about an internship. Now, hers is longer, okay? And some of these might speak to you a little bit more. And what I mean by speak to you is it might be a little bit easier to write about. So you might want to extend and write a little bit more for ones that are a little bit easier to write about. And what I want you to do is to really work on explaining, sharing that personal life experience. Okay, so that is very important. So again, we have two different responses, and I asked them, let's take a look at maybe a shorter response, short and quick, and then something that is a little bit longer. So please, as I said, when you are looking at this, make sure that, those 100 points, you're going to earn all 100 points for doing a good job with this project. So again, do those things, and I think you'll be successful. And remember, this is due at the end of the hour.